Hello there! Welcome to the channel everybody, welcome back if you've been here before, welcome if you're new, and welcome all to episode 3 of Build Wood Beams at Starlight Drive-In, where we're building FOB Twinkle up piece by piece, episode by episode. Now this is a no mods, no creation clubs build, just a bunch of DLC items in here, as you can see from this, and as you'll see as we're going through it. Now just quickly, a huge thank you to everybody for all the views on the bar build, glad everybody liked that tutorial. But I'm not going to waffle on too much right at this point. That's about it. Let's not waste any further time. Roll the intro. As the Minutemen push forward, FOB Twinkle grows. With our gatehouse repelling attacks, a barracks built for our troopers, little man out on patrol, it's time to give our Minutemen some much needed amenities. Alright then, so we're in workshop mode and I would like to build some amenities in this sort of space here and close this off, and the first thing I'm going to do is build a shower. Now to house that shower I'm going to make a little bit of a wall, so I'm going to do that by getting the boxcar out. I get this blue one, and I've been using the boxcars and the boxcar pieces, and I intend to quite liberally because it makes sense just with that train over there, easily scavengeable and in close proximity. But we're going to take this and we're just going to get a Shillar glitch some walls onto it. So I'm just going to Shillar glitch this wall on as close to the top as I can get it, and as flush to it as I can get it. Yeah, looks good. And now I'm just going to pop the next one on, the other side. And next I'm just going to Shillar glitch one of these round metal doors to the top of it. After a cheeky little quick save. And lots of faffing around. You should be able to find just the right angle. So I want this to be a shower area, but I'm going to make a bit more of a complex shower compared to the showers I've done in the past. It's going to be a little bit inspired by Tango and Caps' shower. His is the first shower I ever seen where I was like, that's really interesting, and I've never really sort of had an idea that worked in the past. But I'm going to be relying a lot on Oldie Noodle's Shillar drop. And if you don't know what that is, that's where you get a rug, put it on a Shillar and drop something in. I will leave a link to her tutorial in the description. But to give you a quick overview of it, you just pillar glitch, some Shillar glitch, whatever, some rugs, one on top of the other, and then you dangle them over a regular old Shillar. So when you remove the one that the other one is on, it will fall onto the Shillar rather than the ground, and then you can do all sorts of cool things with that once you've got that. For example, you can put things on rugs and then drop them into location, whereas before you wouldn't be able to necessarily glitch them into things. It's just a really cheeky, cool way of getting collision free placement basically, so when you've got it on there you don't have to group select. The pillar is the only thing with collision. What's on the end of it isn't. But yeah, that's the method we're going to use to build my shower system. So I've got everything that I'm going to need to build my shower. Little generator, one of these switches, I want one of these vault crates, I've got a logic gate over there, and just as like a quick demonstration, you see that I'm not able to Shillar glitch this into the generator at all because the clash is just way too much, it's too sensitive. So what I'm going to do is just get it, pop it on this mat, and that means I'm going to be able to move it around while it's on the mat. Yep. And then when you're popping things on your little Shillar with the rug, you've got to lower it down, it can't be too high, it gets a bit funny about that. So now all I'm going to do, without group selecting, just grab this and you'll see zero collision. And the great thing is as well, I can leave it, check it, because it's not placed or anything, and just move it around. It's where I want it to be. And when I'm happy in position and I'm done faffing, all I need to do is get rid of that mat. It's going to fall in, it's perfectly sunk into it, and moreover I can group select that and it'll be fine with my Shillar. How cool is that? Next I'm just going to pop on this logic gate, which is going to fit pretty much perfectly on there. No glitching or nothing needed, just sits nicely on. And then for a bit of longer range, I've used a very large rug for this connector that I want in there as part of the setup. I'm just going to sort of try and get that in position to be where I want it to be, because it's going to drop a little. I want it to be around about, I think, there.
A few moments later.
Once again, after some considerable faffing about, I'm happy with how that's going to be roughly, so I'm just going to drop that now. Perfect. And then I'm just going to wire this all up so it looks all nice. I'm just going to wire glitch to these thingamajig, logic gate. I'm happy with that. And next I'm just going to build a shower head with some conduit pieces. And after another cheeky quick save, we can just pillar glitch this into place where we want it to be. I'm happy with that as a first time. Now that did take me a few times to figure out the right way to do it with the pillar, the right height for the pillar to be. And basically what I didn't realise was my pillar was clashing with the bottom of the boxcar that's buried. That's why the pillar had to be raised up so much for us to get it in there. But we got there in the end. But just a tip for if you're doing this yourself. So next I'm going to close this area off, and I'm going to create like a little cubby, and I'm going to do that with some warehouse walls and bits. Now the way I'm going to do this is quite sequential, and also something I heard the other day, Electron Shell called it chain building, where you build bits into each other to like get bits to go where, or which way that they otherwise wouldn't. But yeah, sequential chain building. So I'm gonna get that corner, and then I'm gonna get one of them, and next I'm just gonna get some walls. And I want my wall, I'm just going to move that out of the way, sorry. I want my wall to be the other way around, but it won't snap. So I'm just going to put one on that does face the other way, and then basically chain build into it. So go over to the walls I want this one. There we go, it fits in. And now just need to get, I'm going to get some of these regular roofs, and then I'm going to plug this gap up as well. Oh, back in the walls. And then just take out a couple of these because I only want it one deep for now. And then that's the shape I've got. So yeah, chain building and some sequential building. I'm going to pop this into there. And I'm just going to come out of workshop mode, give it a quick save, and then I'm going to pillar glitch it in there. Okay, so the audio didn't film for this bit when I was going through it, but what I'm doing is just extending the wall out with the half pieces on top, and then I'm going to use the outhouses to close it off. They're really forgiving on their clashing, and yeah, I just think it's kind of funny that the toilet's part of the defence. But yeah, footage roll. Alright, so now that our Minutemen can grab a shower or go to the toilet whenever they need to, I'd like to build them a little gym area in here so they can stay fit, blow off a little bit of steam. So yeah, I'm going to crack on with that. Alright, and I also want to make a little treadmill to go in there. Now I'm loosely basing this on Oldie Noodle's treadmill. Mine's going to be a bit more lo-fi. A bit more lo-fi than hers. I was going to say, because you know I like to not make things too difficult for myself, but I'm literally recording this after I've had a mind-blowing revelation on a Finding Mulder stream. My whole life I've just been, you know, stuck to one axis. I didn't know you could change it. You press L3 on the PlayStation, bosh, change it. I've been struggling for so long with my junk decorating. Absolute game changer. If you was there, you know. Let's get this treadmill built. Cheeky little quick save, and we're ready to move it into position. Now all we need to do is get some electricity up in here, and we're going to do that just with some conduits. For once I'm going to use conduits for what they were made for, not for decoration. Alright, as we come round, hey, and it's on. Whoop. As we turn off a treadmill, independently powered. We've got a weight bench. I've built this little bench with shelves and things to stick some extra weights and barbells on. And we've got our shower. Oh, actually, I tell you what, we'll stick a door on that. Let's go with a nice standard blue one. I don't know why, but I always use blue for a bathroom door. I'm apparently a fan. I'm pleased with how it's coming on. I've got everything that I want in here, really. Not sure if I'm going to put a bike in there. I was thinking about it, but I don't think I will now. But yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of off-screen decorating, lighting and all of those sort of tedious but not as slow bits now. And yeah, I'll be back to give a little tour around. Alrighty then, the end of a very long day, and with the sun setting, let's go have a look at the light touch decorating. So I have kitted these out, but I haven't done anything with them. I'm thinking maybe I'll pop some candles, some posters. You got any ideas to make them sort of nice and individualised? You let me know in the comments. And then round here to our main area, we've just added a bunch of lighting and some extra bits to the gym. So I've buried a few of these little lamps in here. I think they look really cool. Pump it right near the weight bench, because you got to pump them weights or pump them irons. I don't really know. I don't go to gyms. I think I've been to a gym maybe like less than 5 times in my entire life. So take all of this with a pinch of salt if you're a gym person. I do apologise. But over here, I've got this bench. When it comes to the junk decorating, I'm going to get some of the big barbells to put over there. So it's like sort of a weight bench. Just popped a little chest in the corner because I didn't have a clue what to do with that. Pop some signage around. Got our little treadmill here. Let's go for a little spin. Ooh, ooh, hey. We'll flick that off. There we go. And because the budget on a FOB doesn't stretch to a hot tub, instead we have a hot scrub, our shower. Now I have put the employees only thing there because ain't no visitors using gamming up our shower. That's not happening. So we've got a light in here. No one likes to shower in the dark, do they? But we'll flick it on and let's see if it works. 3, 2, 1. Hey, look at that! It's actually working! How cool is that? Oh, right on. And we'll turn it off, and we don't need the Jenny on. But yeah, functional shower with a little bit of imagination and a little bit of magical editing. And then down here, I've got this blank space. And yeah, as you'll have probably guessed from all the previous episodes, let me know what you do with that, because I'm not really sure. But if I get some good suggestions, I'll get something in there. So that is the end of our episode here at FOB Twinkle. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any ideas for what to pop in that blank space, drop it in the comments. If you did like it, please like the video. And if you've not subscribed to the channel already, do go ahead and do that if you want to, of course, no pressure. And also let me know in the comments if you did like any of the bits that I did here and if you're going to use any of those bits yourself. Massive shout out to Oldie Noodle and Tango and Caps for their ideas for like the treadmill and the shower inspiration. And just generally a massive thanks to all the talented builders tagged in the description who constantly give me ideas and new inspiration, as well as all the other new builders that I'm constantly finding. It's a wonderful community to be part of, and it's great getting to interact with all the builders as well as all the people in the comments who are always coming and watching and enjoying the content. Thank you all so much. It does really mean a massive amount to me. And I'm glad you all enjoy it so much. The next episode at FOB Twinkle is going to be a bit different. It's not going to be a completely new build project. What I'm going to do is loop back to all 3 of the builds that I've done and just do some infill works. Maybe implement a few of the ideas I've got in the comments and just tidy up a few things where I built them at the time and I wasn't sure what to do with them. Generally do like to come back to things whenever I'm building a settlement, so it'll be a good representation of how I generally go around these things. But yeah, I do hope you enjoy that one when it comes out. However, I will be back in a couple weeks' time where I'll be at Merkwater construction site doing a beans builds for the hanging tree there, and I suppose it'll also serve as a surprise whip tour of the place so far. But for now, that's me done and dusted on this episode. Thank you all so much for coming along. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the likes, the subscribes, the comments on all of the videos and like to the channel in general. I hope you all have a lovely couple of weeks till I see you next. Take care, you sens. Take care of each other. And I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra!